Hello, everybody, it's your friend Kimber. I am bringing you back to basics today with a very simplified makeup tutorial using Saint makeup. So if you are new around here, let me know in the comments, come say hi. I'm going to be using Saint makeup today. This is a makeup that I have used for the last almost 6 years. It's incredible. It's a cream foundation. It's a 3D foundation. And basically it's your entire makeup routine all in one single palette. And so today is going to be really simplified way. Hi, Monique. Really simplified way to apply your Saint makeup. There are so many different ways that you can apply this makeup, and so we're gonna kind of rein it in, bring it back to basics. It's been a while since I've done that. So I've got my palette 12 here. This is a palette size that I highly recommend if you're just getting started with Saint makeup. I would not go any smaller than this. In some cases, maybe, but I feel like if you go any smaller than this, you really don't get enough colors to truly see what this makeup can do. So palette 12 is as small as I can go. If you can swing it, palette 18 is like the golden size I feel like to go with. But for today, since it's basics, we're gonna stick to the palette 12, and I'm working with one brush today. This is the 3D brush. This is a great brush to learn off of. Not my favorite to continue on once you understand how to apply the makeup. Then we'll kind of graduate you to the next couple brushes. But this one is great if you've never worked with cream makeup, you've never worked with Saint makeup. This is a really good brush to learn off of. So that's what we're going to be using today. We've got some setting spray, a lip gloss, and an eyeshadow brush, but we'll get to that at the end. So if this looks like something that you want to give a try, maybe it's the first time you've seen it, maybe you've seen it a couple times, I'm going to drop info here in just a second on how to get started on a color match. So what a color match is it's totally free. You get me as your artist to help you, basically. You get direct contact with me through text message or email. Social media DM is fine, but those do get flooded. So when it comes to my customers and my clients, texting or email is the best way to get a hold of me. But you get one-on-one help with me. So I'm going to teach you all the things you need to know. As far as a color match goes, you're going to send me a picture that looks like if you are just like how you see me in the screen right now. That's how you want to send your picture. So you can kind of push your hair to the side, but I want to see you makeup free. So I have my brows done and I have my mascara on. If you send a picture like that, that's perfect. Just no foundation, no makeup. And I know that that can be a little intimidating to send. Please know there's absolutely no judgment, and I never share your photos, okay? Unless permission for like training purposes with my team or something like that, but I will always ask. But I never share photos. So if you take a photo like this, where you just how you see me in this camera, I'll flip this around. I have a window on the other side of my camera. So here's my backyard, and I've got a nice big window right in front of my camera. That's how I want you to snap your photo. Get natural light. This is all natural light. I have no ring lights, nothing. This is solely the sun shining on my face. That is how I want to see your face in the picture. So the better you take the picture, the better your match is going to be. Obviously, I'm human. I make mistakes. There's a lot of factors that go into a photo getting the right lighting, but that's how I want to see your face in your photo so that we can get you the best match possible. I basically take the guesswork out for you, and so I let you know these are the colors that I think are going to work best with your skin tones. From there, you don't have to pick those, but usually people do, because that's why you're sending in a color match. You definitely don't have to send in a color match if you don't want to. You can go onto my website, which is linked in my bio, and choose your palette from there. But I do highly recommend just taking that first step and getting a match, because it's free, and then you're getting my professional opinion on colors I think are right for your skin. So I'm going to leave this right here in the comments. And I'm going to pin it as well so that anybody new hopping on, you'll be able to see how to get a match set up, okay? So to get a match, go ahead and comment match right here on this live to get started on the match process. I have an automation set up, so you will have an automatic message sent to your inbox from me with a link to my form where you can drop that photo in. So that's kind of how that works. If you don't get a message from me, please make sure to reach out and I will get you over that link, okay? It's weird seeing you with eyebrows and mascara on already. I know, isn't it weird? But those are the two things that take me the longest. So a lot of times when we're going back to basics, I get that done and out of the way. But it does look kind of funny, huh? So Abby, my earrings are from Amazon. So I have these linked in my Amazon storefront. They are under, I forget which one they're under. Work from home outfits maybe? But they were like $9, so you can't beat that, right? Okay, hi Cassandra. All right, guys, let's get started. So this is what's inside my palette. So on the bottom layer is where I always put my like meat of the makeup. So I use 3 different shades on my face, because if you look at my face, you can see I've got some pinkness to my cheeks. I've got some redness around my nostril, a little bit on my chin. My eyes are a little bit discolored, under eyes, got that going on. So I'm going to use a color corrector on those areas. It's going to be my darkest shade, which today I'm using amber for my darkest shade. You actually want to go darker to neutralize those things. Then we're going to move on to my main, and that usually is right here in like the beard area is where I call that. That's where my main shade's going to go. That's like what the majority of my skin color is. And then I have a brightener. I'm using White Peach today as my brightener. That's going to go in kind of my T-zone. Then we're moving down to contour, and my contour today is Cedar. Then we're going to do bronzer. We've got some illuminator here, which is Honey. And then on the top, I have my blush color, which is Black Cherry. Most underrated blush there is out there. It's such a beautiful color, and it looks really intimidating on the website and in the tin. This little guy is just an eyeshadow little scrubby. I love it because you just take your brush and you can clean off the bristles in between switching shades. And then we've got Eve and Sabrina as a 2 eyeshadow combo today. And then look what's awesome about this is there's still room left in here to grow. So I could fit 1 more full-size tin in here and then 2 more down here. Or you can see that eyeshadow tins, 2 eyeshadow tins equal the size of 1 regular tin, so I could fit even more eyeshadows right here. I like to keep eyeshadows on a separate level within the palette, because if these ever crack, which they have done because I drop them a lot, and it's such a bummer, you like open the palette, you're like, please don't, ah! And so if those ever do like shatter from dropping them, it's nice that you've just got like your eyeshadows there so that it doesn't mix in with your creams. And so the reason why I put eyeshadows on top is because you also have this cute little mirror right here to help you. I have like grandma eyes, and so it's nice to have a mirror right there where it's nice and close and I can see what's going on. So that is how I personally set up my palette, what's really cool about these is it's all magnetic. So if you're like, how do those fit in there? These are magnetic tins, and you just pop them in place and you can design and set up your palette however you want. It's amazing. So literally, besides my lip gloss and my setting spray, my whole makeup is right here. So travel friendly, it's TSA approved, so I take this on my carry-on all the time when I travel. It's amazing. Is that palette going to be for everyone on the 17th? I so wish it was. The reason why I picked this one is because it's very, very similar to a palette design that's coming out on the 17th, but this is actually a discontinued design from like 3 years ago. But I picked it because it looks very similar to the palettes that are going to be coming out soon, that are exclusive to anybody who signs up as a new artist, which is amazing. And we'll get into that as we do some makeup and talk about that further. All right, so we're going to start out on this first level here, and I'm going to use this kind of paintbrush end of the 3D brush, and I'm going to dip that into amber. And notice how I just tap that brush in that makeup. Okay, when you have a brand new tin like this, You barely need any makeup. With cream, and specifically Saint cream makeup, however you want to say that, it's very pigmented. It's actually 30% more pigmented than traditional foundation. So what that means is less goes a lot further, because it's basically all pigment that you're putting on there. So you don't need as much of the makeup to get the coverage that you need. It is buildable coverage, so if you have pretty deep redness within your cheeks, you can build that coverage on your cheeks until you get the coverage you need. But with this, like I said, less is always more when it comes to cream makeup. That's how you get that natural skin finish that we all crave, right? So you can see just by that little bit amount of makeup how it neutralized, I'm trying to get closer, it already neutralized that pinkness that I've got going on in my cheeks, just that little bit. So let's do the other side, and I'm applying this color just where I see my redness, because this is my color corrector, so I'm only putting it where I see redness going on, which is right around my nostrils, like I said, and my cheeks a little bit. I love seeing all these faces pop on. Hi guys. What are you guys doing today? Anything? It's Friday. It's almost the weekend. I also am putting my color corrector right here underneath in that kind of pocket in my under eyes. And then I'm going to go on my eyelids, because this is also kind of a eyeshadow prep. It's like a little eyeshadow base, and it helps neutralize kind of the discoloration that's happening on my eyelids. You guys, we just watched Fool Me Once on Netflix. Has anybody watched this yet? Ooh, Lynn says snow day. -20 in Montana. Oh my gosh, that is cold. I actually have quite a bit of family in Montana, and the winters there are brutal. Healing, Humboldt Naturals, work. Me too, girl, me too. It's Friday. I'm like, we gotta prep and get all the things done for the week so that I can move on. Oh, that's on the list. Guess I'm catching that tonight. There you go. It's so good. It's like a mini series. I think there's 8 episodes. They're an hour long each, and it's this mystery, like this murder mystery, which I never like watching that stuff because I hate that kind of stuff. But the trailer got me. It like roped me in, and it was so good. Like, we didn't want to stop watching it. It was really hard to go to bed. So we just like had to find out in each episode. Laura says 8 inches of snow in North Missouri on Tuesday. Ice now and getting colder all the time. Gonna get to -8 in the next few days. Holy moly, that is cold. That is so cold. I don't even know what the temperature is today, but it's really gloomy here in Colorado. Okay, this show is called Fool Me Once on Netflix. Highly recommend. It was suspenseful and had us on our seats. And it was, like I said, it's a murder mystery, but it wasn't one where it like creeps you out. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't scary. Okay, the next color I'm doing, and I'm actually flipping my brush over to this other end. So we use this end for my color corrector. Now we're flipping it back over to this end. And my main right now, because I haven't done self-tanner on my face, you can see my neck is darker because I have self-tanner on. Don't have any on my face necessarily. So I'm using Candlelit today as my main color. So this is going to go right here in the beard area. You'll see so many different ways that you can apply this makeup. Some girls like to apply their contour first. Some girls like to put their eyeshadow on first. This is just the order I do it in. I'm kind of a creature of habit, and so it's hard for me to like switch up how I'm used to doing things. But you really can do it in whatever order you want. Whatever order makes the most sense in your head, that's the order that you can apply this in. But there's really no right or wrong way necessarily to apply it, which is what's awesome about it. So I'm just going right here, like I said, in the beard area, just to kind of build up that coverage that I want with my main shade. I try my hardest to keep this makeup as one layered as possible. So you can think of it as, like I said, a paint by number for your skin. You're putting certain colors in certain areas of your face to create your overall foundation. Because we don't want to have multiple layers, right? Hey, what is the love ticket on the 17th? Ooh, great question. By the way, how are you? So this is basically your foundation. Yes, this is basically your foundation. It's a 3D foundation. So the love ticket. Love is our virtual conference this year. So Saint tries to do a conference every 9 months, I believe. Yes. So they alternate. So they'll do a virtual conference and then they do an in-person conference, then virtual, then in-person, so that those who can't always make the in-person one at least get the virtual. And so when you sign up as an artist on the 17th, you get a free ticket to our Love conference, which is the virtual one this year. And then our in-person conference is in September in Atlanta, which I'm really excited about because I've never been to Georgia, so I'm really excited for that. Okay, we're going to move on to contour real fast. And let's see, which end do I want to use? We're going to flip back over to the other end. So the same end that we used for the color corrector, that's what we're going to use for contour. And all you're going to do is start applying this to the top of your forehead, depending on if you have a 4-head, a 5-head, a 6-head. If you want to shrink your forehead down, you're going to bring that color down further. If you have where basically my hairline is so low, there's like, maybe 3 fingers there in between my hairline is really low, so I try to keep my contour as close to my hairline as possible. If you're someone, like I said, who's wanting to bring your hairline down, then apply that contour further down on your forehead. I already called corporate to see when it's going to be. I hope you can join soon, girl. 17th, you guys. If you have been contemplating becoming an artist for Saint, most incredible opportunity that I have ever experienced. We are running a special promotion for anybody who signs up as an artist on the 17th only. You get a special limited edition palette within your kit, and then you get that free ticket to Love. And what's really unique about joining me specifically is you will get a course that onboards you and walks you through step by step everything that you need to know about getting started and launching your business. Our team does power hours every Tuesday. So every Tuesday at 11, we do power hours. So we're focusing on specific trainings that are going to move your business forward. Those are super amazing. There's always replays, so if you work during the day, you can catch that replay. And then on Thursday nights is when we have our team-wide calls. So either a individual team call with me or our mama team does a call once a month that you can join in on as well. That is going to also further your business and have specific trainings hosted there as well. And so we try to do a daytime one on Tuesday, an evening one on Thursdays, so that you can we can hit both people who, if you work during the day or if you work at night, you can do one or the other. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm getting my contour up in here. And again, this is cedar right here. And so you guys, if that is something that you are interested in, my team, we did a call last night for anybody who is interested in becoming an artist. And I've got the replay for that. So if you want to watch the replay and see what our team is all about and get some questions maybe answered by the ones who did attend and were asking questions, that would be a good replay. Just feel free to message me and I will send that over to you. So the next thing that I'm doing here is bronzer. Never, ever skip bronzer, especially in the winter time. Can you guys see how that just warmed up my skin? So I'm using Bella bronzer today, and I apply it like in a C shape right here. So kind of like my ski goggles is what I call it. That's right where you apply bronzer. If you're ever wondering where to apply bronzer on your face, bronzer goes whatever features stick out closest to the sun, right? Because when we're outside, those are the areas that kind of get sun-kissed. And so those are your forehead, your cheekbones, your nose, your chin. Those are features on your face that are closer to the sun. So that's what naturally gets sun-kissed, and that's where you apply your bronzer. So I'm putting a little bit there, some on my nose, and then we're just gonna keep kind of blending out any excess. One thing I love about cream makeup is it's so forgiving. So if you put too much on, you kind of just keep blending until it gets to be the blend that you're looking for. So that way, if you mess up, or which you really can't mess up with this makeup, but if you get too much on, you don't have to like wipe it all off and start over again. You just keep blending it till you're like, okay, that's what I was going for. So there's bronzer. Now I'm gonna move to my brightener, which is White Peach. We're gonna go in with the same end that we did contour in, and I'm gonna apply this in my T-zone right here in between my eyes. And this is because I knew brightener was going here. That's why I didn't put my main shade right here, because the less layers you can have with this makeup, the more natural it's going to look. If you've ever seen this makeup applied, then you've probably noticed it just has this like signature glow to it, because of how natural it looks. A lot of times you just don't look like you have makeup on, which is kind of the look that I love going for. Less is always more. So I'm just applying that brightener underneath my eyes. I like to kind of scoop it up to help lift my features a little bit. And by the way, everything I'm showing you takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to do in the morning. Obviously, lives take a little bit longer because I'm breaking down each thing and explaining it. But everything you're seeing, hopefully doesn't look too confusing to you, because once you nail down your routine and you just know where your colors go, it is so quick. Like, I do this in the car. Sometimes I'll drop my kids off, and I'll just pull over and quick do my makeup if I, gotta go to the grocery store or whatever. Also, I mostly grocery shop makeup free because I don't care. But on those days I want to feel a little bit put together, it's nice. You can just toss this in your purse, toss it in the diaper bag, and you've got your makeup like right here, so you can quick put your face together. So if you're just hopping on and you're new, wondering what's going on, I have in the pinned comment here that you can comment match to get started on the free match process. All this entails is you giving me just a couple pieces of information and a photo, makeup free, so that I can see what your skin tone colors are and get you the best match possible so that you know what colors are right for your skin. This is totally free. I don't charge for this, and I don't hound you either. I'll follow up with you, but I'm not gonna like hunt you down. So you don't have to worry, there are like no strings attached. So this blush color is Black Cherry. You can see I barely am using any because a little goes a long way. But this, I'm telling you, is like one of the most underrated blush colors that Saint has. It looks on the website, the tin looks almost black in the tin, and I think that's why like people are always scared to get it. This is what it looks like in person. It is more of a glossier blush, but it is like so pretty, so pretty, right? Okay, then I'm gonna go back to this bottom layer here and put a little bit of my illuminator on. So in the Saint world, what most makeup brands call their highlight, Saint calls it an illuminator. And what we call our like main foundation shades, those are called highlight. So I know it's very confusing, but illuminator is what's gonna help, again, give your skin that really pretty glow that we all want. So you guys can kind of see it's highlighting my cheekbone there. to highlight it, to illumify it and kind of give your skin that lit from within glow. Hopefully you guys can see that as I tilt my head. I do not skip out on illuminator because it adds the perfect, it just helps your skin look so healthy and glowy. Not oily, but glowy. And then I like to put a little bit below my brow bone here, just like that, and then we'll move on to eyeshadow. Before I do that though, I'm going to scroll back here on some of these questions. Thank you, Monique. You're so nice. Yes, it is so pretty on all skin tones. All skin tones. I love how inclusive our makeup line is. It's awesome. The blush is called Black Cherry. Good question. Is there anything I can do around my eyes to make them pop if I am able? Heck yes, and I'm going to show you how to do that with my eyeshadow. Hi, Delma. You see that glow, girlfriend? Not wearing shadows. Oh, not wearing shadows or mascara. To help your eyes pop, you can actually put illuminator on that brow bone and also on the inner corner of your eye. That will really help your eyes pop in a natural way. Okay, I think we're all caught up, so let's move on to eyeshadow. Actually, just kidding. We're gonna set this really fast. So I've got the perfector sponge right here. I already got it damp, so it's nice and damp. And then the setting spray. I love Saint's setting spray during the winter because it also adds a really, really pretty glow to the skin, and it sets your makeup like nobody's business. My makeup will pretty much look the same tonight as it does right now. I don't know what the heck's in it, but my makeup stays on all day long, and I love applying it with a perfector sponge because I will not lie, the sprayer on this is horrible. It douses you. Like, you will feel like you just took a dip in a pool. So I like to spray it on a perfector sponge, and I get dual purpose out of it because I'm getting the setting spray on there, but this sponge is also taking off any excess makeup. So if I got like too much foundation in a spot, it helps take off any excess makeup so that you have kind of the perfect amount of finish to allow your skin, your overall makeup finish to look like as natural as possible. Yes, it soaks you. Perfector, this is like, you gotta have this tool in your arsenal because it's like the Swiss Army knife tool. It does everything. Okay, let's move on to eyeshadow now. And so this first color, I'm dipping the fluffy end of the eyeshadow brush into Eve, is what this one is called. And we're just gonna go on the out corner, and I like to start the eyeshadow here, like right at the crease, and then I pull that color in. That way my eyeshadow doesn't go like too far out here. I pull it in, then I look back a little bit and I fill in that crease because sometimes we often miss that little crease right here and it doesn't get any pigment on it. So I look back so it smooths my eyelid out a bit, and then I can see essentially where I've applied that. So then from there, I'm gonna go up on my brow bone and just start to blend that color in until I get the blend that I want. Go easy on these colors too when you're first dipping your brush in there because they are so pigmented that you probably saw, I think I dipped my brush in there like twice. Like, a little goes a long way, which I also love how pigmented they are because the more layers you put on that eyeshadow, the more depth you'll get with that color. So if you want that color to look even deeper, you can keep dipping that color in there and it'll continue to get deeper. So I do have a bit of a hooded eye on this side. This one over here kind of tends to dip down a little bit, so that's why I put my eyeshadow up onto my brow bone a little bit to help kind of open up my eye. So let's do the other side. Same thing, and this is my bad eye. So I have like a what do they call it when it's shaped like a football? and so I can't see as well when I have to close this eye. But you're going to start out on the outside, okay, and then you're going to pull that color in, and then this is what I'm talking about right here. See how it kind of leaves a line where that crease is? When you look back, it fills that little crease in. Okay, then you can kind of see how I'm swirling the brush too. You can do kind of a combination of swiping and swirling, but I feel like the swirl helps kind of blend that color out. If you get it too high, just take your finger, blend it in. Astigmatism, thank you, Monique. You knew what I was trying to say. I have that on this eye, and so when I close this one, I can't see as well, which I actually saw, I think on Amazon. They sell these glasses where you put the glasses on and you can like pop the lens up so that you can see like through the glasses on this side and then do your eyeshadow. And then you put the lens down and then like you pop this one up, and then so that way you can still see. I'm like, I might need to get one of those. Then I'm just gonna take a little bit and we're gonna go underneath to give kind of a smoky eye with that color. All right, now we're gonna flip ends of the brushes to the smaller one and dip that into Sabrina, and this is going to be what finishes off the look. So I love putting a lighter color on the inner corner because it just helps your eyes pop. And Sabrina and Drift are one of my most favorite eyeshadows that Saint has because they're so versatile. You can use them in so many different ways. They go with pretty much every eyeshadow color, I think, and so I love this as a kind of a finisher. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit as well. Then, if you want to kind of blend the two together, take that fluffy end and you can just kind of blend that mid-tone there so that they just kind of like seamlessly go from one color to the next. And then, people will never know all you have is two colors on your eyes, and it's that simple. So then last, I'm just gonna finish off with some lip gloss. This gloss is it's a lip oil actually. It's the color Fawn. This is from Pomifera, which is the skincare that I use, and it's infused with Pomifera oil. So it's incredibly hydrating on your lips. I live in Colorado. My lips are constantly dry this time of year, and so I love it because it's just a really natural, this is hard to do while you talk. Hold on. It's just a really natural color, so it doesn't give, you know, too much especially if you're just going to be home. It doesn't give off too much color, but it's going to just really help nourish them dry lips, right? So you guys, all in all, this is what we used, wrought her, for my makeup. So your makeup drawer will also be way downsized and you'll feel so much more organized. This was all we used today on my face, my entire makeup routine, all in one palette. It's so simple. So if you are looking to simplify your makeup routine, comment match right here on this live and you will get an automated message from me that I've set up that sends you my form for you to be able to attach a makeup-free selfie in there so that I can get you all color matched. I try to get my color matches out within 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes depending on the influx, it'll take me a little longer. Sometimes it takes me a little less, but that's the timeline that I try to stick to. I see I have quite a few of you guys in there waiting, and so I will be working on those later this afternoon. But if you don't get a message back from me and you do comment, and you do comment match, don't hesitate to just message me and ask for a color match. Those are totally free, and we'll get you a recommendation on what I would recommend for your skin tones specifically. So if you missed the beginning of this tutorial, I will be posting it as a replay, so you'll be able to come back to it once you get to your makeup. This will be a really good one for beginners to come back to and watch, so you can learn how to best set up your palette, the order that you can apply this makeup in, and just how to apply it with different tips and tricks. Hi, Shelly. All right, guys, that is it for me. Have a wonderful Friday. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys in stories, and I'll see you next week. Bye.